Who are you?
Hey guys, it's Trent again, and this is the third video I'm filming today, which is the most we've filmed in one day for YouTube. Ugh, boy. Yeah, I was wanting to try to get some videos filmed, so yeah, why not try to film at least 2 reviews that are connected to each other, and then also a video before this as well, being another one that's related to horror movies, so yeah. Yeah, not totally sure if people really like our horror movie review videos, but we like making them, so yeah. And this one is for the movie Annabelle, because that's the one that comes after Annabelle Creation in the chronological order of the Conjuring universe movies. Yeah. Yeah. Might end up probably getting tired during this video because we've been up since like 6 a.m. Yeah, I've been talking for a while, so woo! Hopefully don't fall asleep on camera. Yeah. Yeah, so let's just get into the review. The movie is basically about this couple who have to deal with a possessed doll after they witness 2 cult members being killed in their apartment. Yeah, actually in their house, actually. And like I was stating in the Annabelle Creation video, that when we first watched the movie Annabelle, before watching Annabelle Creation, we thought that it might have just been because of the cult members' blood getting in the doll's eye, and also it's actually a ghost possessing the doll, but no, it was actually a demon all along. Because the demon ended up possessing the Annabelle doll because of an Annabelle Creation. The parents of the actual kid named Annabelle were wanting to see their daughter, through any means necessary, after she got killed by a car hitting her. So they ended up accidentally summoning a demon and letting it possess the doll. And then in Annabelle Creation, the demon gets out of the doll and possesses the main character Janice, and then she ends up growing up to be one of the killer cult members that appears in the Annabelle movie. So that happened. And then obviously when she gets killed, the blood that goes into the doll's eyes actually the demon's blood. So it was a demon all along, not a ghost. But anyway, so fun part. Fun explanation. And actually the first time when I watched it with my cousin, we watched it on Netflix. The second time and just watching it on this DVD, I can be showing it for every video for this whole series. Yeah, it's just the Conjuring Universe film collection that we got from Walmart, so yeah. And that's what we ended up watching it on. Second time we watched it we watched it for the review today. Yeah, we watched it on DVD. First time I watched it was on Netflix. Probably have to look up where we can watch the movie. And some put after this, yeah. I think I took it off of Netflix. Anyway, yeah. And the movie was made in 2014. And it's an hour, 38 minutes, and 43 seconds. Woo. So, yeah. And again, I'm going to be looking at my phone for the notes because, made notes for these things. Going to check out favorite character. What I actually say would be Mia, who is the mom, just because, yeah, obviously after she has her baby, because she's actually pregnant at the beginning of the movie, after she has her baby, she actually wants to do, like, everything she can to protect the baby, and that actually shows that she's a good mom. And yeah, when she realized that the demon was actually going after the baby, not her, well, like technically, yeah, like going after her, so the demon can have like consent to possess the baby, but like, yeah, technically, yeah, that was when she was like panicking more, because, can do anything that she can to protect the baby, which, a lot of moms would do. And yeah, that also led to her almost killing herself, because she thought that, like, instead of the demon taking the baby, she could basically like kill herself, and the demon would possibly like take her instead. But I'll go into like one of the random details that I actually wrote down. That I think both Emily and I thought that the mom was actually going to kill herself, but no, it was actually the friend. Forgot her name. What's her name? Yeah, Evelyn was the friend's name. Yeah, like, we really thought that the mom was gonna kill herself to save the baby, but Evelyn ended up killing herself instead, because, I think she said that, a daughter needs her mother, so she was wanting Mia to stay alive to take care of her baby, and she would basically, like, sacrifice herself. That way the demon wouldn't kill Mia, and so she could basically be with her daughter, because I think her daughter was in a wreck, I think like a few years before present time in the movie, so yeah. So basically that way, like, Evelyn ended up saving Mia and her baby, and was possibly able to see her own daughter that was killed, so yeah. That was good, like, sacrifice, but, like, still sad. But yeah, I don't want to see any of that, though, really. I don't want to see any suicide, but okay. Well, like, back to what I was saying, was, like, Mia. Like, yeah. But yeah, like, she's also, like, Mia's, like, a nice character. And she's, like, nice to her husband, which is good. And actually basically wanted to do anything she could to protect the baby. Even tried to kill herself before Evelyn sacrificed herself, but yeah. So yeah, like, great. Like, surprisingly we didn't have any least favorite characters this time, so. Oh yeah, and I think it was actually, I guess technically both. I was about to say it was just like Mia, who was like, it might be like some kind of like demon or something that might be haunting them, but like, I think it was actually both Mia and John. I figured it out. But anyway, yeah, the music. Obviously, like, OSTs for the jump scares, which I kind of get annoyed with, because it's just like, so yeah, with the jump scares, like, why? But like, obviously they had those moments of, like, the random, like, jump scare music movies, so yeah, kind of annoys us, but anyway. But then also the don't know what song was playing on the, I think, the record player, or also like radio, but yeah, the demon would sometimes turn on the radio or the record player, and like, okay. That happened. So like, if it wasn't like the creepy OST instrumental music for jump scares, it would also be like, there was like whatever song was on the video record player, because the demon just randomly turned it on. So yeah. And okay, music, yeah. I think we actually have more fun talking about the music when we actually know the songs, but yeah, it's fine. But then now I actually go to random details, like saying in the Annabelle creation review, is that Annabelle is actually based off of a Raggedy Ann doll named Annabelle, which is cursed in real life. Yeah, so obviously the real Annabelle doll was completely different from the Annabelle doll in the movies, but yeah. And yeah, tried to make up look that kind of looks like doll. Not sure if that looked that well or that well with me. Right. So but yeah, like more random details is the Annabelle doll for the movie is actually in a whole set of dolls that wear white dresses and have red ribbons around the waist. Not sure. I can't remember what collection they were saying that all of them are supposed to be a part of, but that's cool. But also the Annabelle doll looks creepier than the other ones. But I guess makes sense because of it being possessed, but okay. So yeah, okay. It was also the mom's hobby to collect those dolls, and then wanted to have all of them in the baby's room. And great. Yeah, you have the creepy Annabelle doll in the baby's nursery. Okay. And then also at one part of the movie, I think actually Emily pointed it out to me when we first watched it, and also saw it again by myself. We watched it. We how one point in the movie you see Annabelle's eyes turn from blue to yellow when she's possessed again. So basically, the demon's eyes, but I guess yellow. Because I also mentioned that in the Annabelle creation review is when Janice was possessed by the demon, her eyes turned yellow as well. So I guess that's the theme for the eyes when a demon possesses the doll or people, the eyes turn yellow. So yeah. So that's a cool detail that they had. What they answered. And yeah, I don't know, these reviews are probably all over the place usually. But it's fine. But yeah, the reason why I mentioned, I wrote down that, couple, John and Mia moved from a house to an apartment. Why I wrote that down, because for some reason, I guess I didn't remember that when we first watched it. And so, yeah, they actually had to move from a house to an apartment after their house caught fire, well, the kitchen caught fire because of the demon. Because, yeah, Mia was still pregnant, and she was home alone after the demon possessed the Annabelle doll again. And yeah, the demon obviously was wanting to kill the mom. So basically, they tried to set the house up, or tried to set the house on fire. And yeah. And that's obviously why they had to move to an apartment, because Mia didn't feel safe in that house. Well, obviously because of the cult members breaking into the house, and also obviously because of whatever happened there with the kitchen fire. So yeah. So yeah, they had to move, and I think also with the trauma from her falling onto her stomach while being pregnant that made the baby have to be delivered earlier than she was supposed to be. So yeah. So when she was in the hospital, yeah, surprise to the husband that oh, the baby is now here too, yay. And at least the baby survived and got out of the womb safely. Woo. And didn't die because of possible trauma to the stomach. Yeah. Yeah. Also wrote down that they showed or mentioned Charles Manson as a cult leader in the movie on the news. Probably need to find that scene again to see if they were saying that like Charles Manson was supposed to be the leader of the cult that the two cult members in the movie were part of, but like I don't remember, so I might have to look that up. But yeah, I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm like, oh, great, mention that guy in the movie. Okay, and then yeah, then also wrote down that there's a lot of jump scares. Yeah. Our biggest jump scare happened when we first watched the movie. It's just. Yeah, that's a fun story. So. Like, yeah, like, I was watching it, obviously, in the first time in the living room with my cousin. And both Emily and I knew it was going to happen. Because it's when the demon is at the bottom of the stairs and Mia's at the top of the stairs, and they're just like showing the demon at the bottom of the stairs, and like both of us knew what was gonna happen. Like probably the demon would like run up the stairs or like pop up at like in front of the camera. And yeah, when it actually happened, I like jumped out of my seat. Like Emily said, like that was like the highest I've jumped before. It's like that scared me. Like I literally had a whole like oh shit thing. That was terrible. And I think that made Emily jump because we were sitting on the same couch and she did not expect that to happen. But now she's not gonna let me live that down. Because that was like the highest I jumped. That was the like biggest jump scare reaction I've had. So yeah, she's never gonna let me leave that down now. And also with her being like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I didn't even get scared, but like, you knew it was going to happen, and you got scared. Like, again, that demon is creepy. I'm like, oh, I hate jump scares. Like, but then, when I was rewatching it in my room, no, I was fine with that jump scare because I didn't look at the screen. It was fine when I looked at the screen. So yeah, like knew when it was coming. So I'm like, I'm just gonna look at my phone. I did type some more like things for the review, and it's like, oh, I survived the scene. Obviously, I didn't see the jump scare. But then, yeah, later in the movie, I forgot that there was another demon jump scare where the demon's on the ceiling, just running on the ceiling. I'm like, so yeah. So that gave me a big jump scare again. Like, why? Like, why? And then basically, so like, yeah, if you just want to scare me, just have a picture of the demon in the comments. Yeah. And like, I think I might have had like a big like reaction to that jump scare too. It was bad. So yeah, basically, effective jump scares if there's the demon in the Annabelle movies, yeah. But then there's also some, like, obviously, like, other jump scares too, of, like, the one that, like, surprisingly wasn't actually creepy to me, and I think I remembered it wrong, actually, was when the doll was like being like held up in like the living room, the apartment, and like for some reason I thought they showed the whole demon face, but it was actually just like half of the demon's face. So like, whew. Yeah, it's not as creepy as I thought it was when we first watched it. And like Spice-Man, that one didn't scare me, but yeah. Right, the other jump scares too. And then yeah, some other jump scares were obviously with like yeah, with like Annabelle moving in the rocking chair by herself, and with like Mia looking under the door to see the like her baby, and then like the Annabelle doll just like drops onto the floor in front of her. Like yeah, that was like whew. I don't think that scared me actually as much as the demon, but yeah. There's a lot of jump scares in the movie. Yeah, and also like a jump scare of like, was it the stroller being hit by, I think, a dump truck or a garbage truck. Like, yeah, that's also a jump scare. It's like, it was a lot. Like, a lot of jump scares. But again, the most effective one was the demon. So, yeah, at least for me, for some reason. But last things to mention, is that, like, obviously, yeah, I hate jump scares, but for some reason, it's like a big thing in horror movies, and horror games, even horror anime. Like, I don't know. I guess I like watching horror, but I also just don't like the jump scares. Yay! I don't know, ironic, I guess. Yay! But yeah, actual written details is that, yeah, John thought that Mia was just having, like, postpartum symptoms at first when she was, like, experiencing all of the, like, paranormal shit and stuff. Or, like, having, like, weird things going on, like, in the apartment and stuff. And the guy has just, like, postpartum symptoms, and then it's like, oh, wait, never mind, it's not. Because talking to a priest, and like, yeah, it's not actually, like, postpartum symptoms, it's actually, like, something paranormal or demonic. So, yeah, I think the last random detail wanting to mention is how, yeah, it's like the same thing that they did with the camera in Annabelle Creation, they did in the first Annabelle movie, like where they'd have the camera focused on the person in front of it while stuff was happening in the background, which made the background like blurry and like could possibly make it seem a bit creepier or like weirder and stuff. So yeah, like I don't get, like, for some reason we like that. It's like, because sometimes it can make it less scary because they could not focused on like whatever scary things happening in the background because you're like more focused, like the camera's more focused on whatever's in front of it. Like directly in front of it. But then other times it can also possibly make things a bit more scary because like, oh, like weird figure that is blurry in the background doing something, like, oh, what's gonna happen? So yeah. So no, like that's also like, yeah, like that's cool that it did it in like both of those Annabelle movies. I also didn't write down, like, I'm not sure if it's because we ran out of room on the notes app on our phone, but like I also didn't add that, like, oh yeah, like the priest that they had help them as Father Perez, kind of, yeah, both Emily and I thought that he died because I think he got like, I think he technically got hurt by the demon. Oh yeah, that's what happened. Like when he was trying to take the doll into the like church or cathedral, he was basically like pulled back by whatever force, and like obviously got hurt when he landed on the cement. So yeah, Emily and I thought that he died, even though I think they did show him in the hospital, like still like alive and talking to John. But like we thought that he possibly died in the hospital. But then yeah, he appears in the Curse of La Llorona, so like never mind. And the Curse of La Llorona was supposed to be after the first Annabelle movie, so it's like, oh, he's still alive, and he remembers that whole Annabelle situation. So, hey man, he didn't die. Yeah, so yeah, things over that movie. Yeah, not sure what like non-review video I'll have between this review and the Annabelle Creation review. I know the next movie that I'd like to review would be The Conjuring. Yeah, like the first Conjuring movie, so yeah. And I think we might end up having some like anime reviews at some point as well, because I'm finishing one already, it's like a really short one, and then trying to finish another one that's rewatched for us, so yeah. Yeah, so we might have some anime reviews eventually, And then like the next horror movie review will probably be for The Conjuring. And that's all for the Annabelle review. Hope y'all liked it. And y'all can watch the other horror movie reviews that we've made on the channel so far. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace creatures, woo! I'm gonna nap.